Carlos Sainz has been one of the hottest prospects during the summer break, and it seems like his time with Ferrari is over. Although he had big plans for his career when he signed with the Maranello team back in 2020 for the upcoming season, it seems like he couldn't navigate his way through the constant malignity of wrong tactics, bad race pace, and keeping the car on the track for most of the time. With the arrival of Audi and the close relationship that his father has with the German manufacturer, there seems to be a deal in place, one that would see the Spaniard drive for Audi earlier than 2026. What does this mean for Ferrari and Sainz, and is the smooth operator the loser of the battle of the alpha males? Carlos Sainz joined Ferrari in 2020 but started the season in the upcoming campaign, and it became evident that he and Leclerc would be given equal treatment. The fact that he outperformed Leclerc in his first session spoke volumes about his talent and how he made the right move going away from McLaren, which has entered a downhill slope from that point on. Regardless, the 2022 season saw Ferrari on top of the game for the first 3 races, and it turned out that the old foes of reliability as well as tactics would ruin the following 2 seasons of the team. Lots of changes happened in Ferrari. We've seen Binotto being replaced with Vasseur, a move that was vastly believed to be brought under massive influence from Leclerc, who was a very serious championship candidate back in 2022 in the first half of the season. But nothing changed when the Frenchman took over the team. More often than not, we've been able to laugh loudly at the Ferrari tactics, how they asked their own drivers about their preferences, even going to the extent of asking what they thought of the weather, will it rain or not, to which Leclerc replied that he does not have the radar in front of him to answer that. But this is not about Leclerc, as the Monegasque is now fully focused on extending his contract with Ferrari and is reportedly signing a 2+3-year contract, which would see him back in around $39 million per year, with a €50 million bonus if he remains with the team until 2029. On the other hand, Sainz's contract expires at the end of 2024, and there haven't been any talks about an extension whatsoever up until this point, where there have been strong rumours about the Spaniard already locking up his next team, Audi. It's no surprise to us that Sainz chose Audi. This is the team that his father drives in the Rally Dakar Championship and has a very close relationship with the German manufacturer. Moreover, Audi is looking for an experienced driver who could take them to the top of the standings from the moment they enter the sport, and Sainz would be the perfect choice for that. Joe's contract with Alfa Romeo Sauber has been extended until 2024, and while he's rumoured to be the replaced driver, there's still no certainty as to whether or not Audi would want to go with Bottas, who is a far more experienced and acknowledged driver compared to Joe. Audi's vision is clear. They do not tend to mess around with rookies and learn them how to drive the car. They need 2 very capable drivers who are going to be giving it all out there from day one, and with the combo of Sainz and Bottas, I highly believe this is doable. Sainz has also spoken about his future, and what seems to be a great plus for Audi is the fact that he'll join the team from 2025 onwards, reuniting with his former team boss, who is now the CEO of the team, Andreas Seidel, and his former technical director, James Key. They do have a lot of trust in the Spaniard that he has what it takes to turn around the season, and the smooth operator said that he prefers to start a season knowing where he'll be in the upcoming campaign, as that relieves the stress from his shoulders. When talking about this, Sainz said, "I do prefer starting a season knowing where I'm going to be the following year, because that takes away the distraction that there always is to be negotiating a new contract when you need to be fully focused on what you're doing on track and on the work you have to do with the team you're currently with. That's the only way to make progress. While it's still early days and the end of the season is still some 4 months away, it's true that once this championship is over, I'll fully focus on sorting my future. The goal is to go into the 2024 championship without any worries about it, and my contract for the future already signed and sealed." To be fair, it didn't look like Sainz had a lot of trouble at Ferrari right now, because more often than not, he's been able to outperform his teammate Leclerc, who suffered from mechanical failures and crashes in the first couple of races in the season. However, the latest podium for the Monegasque has seen him propel ahead of Sainz, who did seem to be the smarter driver when it comes to calling his own shots and making his own tactics. This is something that Ferrari failed to utilise properly, and last year we saw what happened in Silverstone Silverstone and Monaco, where the team wanted Sainz to do one thing, but he did the complete opposite on his own, resulting in P1 and P2 respectively. And had it not been for Albon, he would have won the Monaco GP as well. Now, I know that we already pumped up your hopes about Sainz going to Audi, but we still need to hold our horses because nothing official has been signed yet. Prenup contracts have been part of the sport for quite some time, and if anything, it means that the team is securing its options for the future. It doesn't mean that they're ready to dive deep into the driver's contractual situation by any means. For what it's worth, Sainz' form could drop massively until 2024, and if there are some other drivers who could turn out to be available, such as Norris or Piastri, then I don't think that the close relationship between Sainz' father and Audi will be enough for the German team to invest in the services of his son. But let's say that the rumour becomes a reality. Since it's from a highly established media source, and let's say that Sainz indeed joins Sauber, which will be operating as an individual team in 2024 and 2025, and that itself prompts the question, what does this mean for Ferrari? Obviously, Vasseur said that there's not a lot of place for contractual situations to happen right now because they're not the priority of the team, but with Leclerc's lucrative contract coming to light, it's also very evident that they are prioritising the Monegasque in the same way that Red Bull prioritised Verstappen over Ricciardo back in 2018, something that forced the Aussie out of the Austrian squad. If second place in Ferrari is to be left open, then the battle for it would be fierce, even though the team principal of Ferrari said that they're miles away from where they need to be and the first competitive season could be near the 2026 campaign. With McLaren not expecting much more performance out of their car, and with Ferrari yet to solve all of the mysteries around their challengers, as it seems like the human factor is affecting it a lot more than the mechanical problems, could Norris be the right replacement for Sainz? If this is true, then the Brit would follow the same path that Sainz followed back in 2020, hop from McLaren to Ferrari for a hope of a better future. But will this be the right choice after McLaren has been able to unlock so much pace under the technical restricted era of 2022 and 2023? That's up to time to answer, but from what is currently going on in the paddock, one thing is for certain: Sainz is losing the battle of the alpha males in Ferrari, and it seems like the Maranello team has opted to go with Leclerc's loyalty rather than Sainz' stubbornness. This, in my opinion, won't resonate well for the team because although Sainz had a lot of trouble keeping the car within the white lines in the first year of his contract, he has proven to be a very intellectual driver and one who could judge situations much better than Leclerc on a variety of occasions where the driver's opinion mattered more than the pit crew's decision. Therefore, if nothing drastically changes in Ferrari's leadership, starting with the strategists and ending with the driver's feedback, I do not think that the Maranello team would be making the right choice by going long-term with Leclerc and ditching Sainz, but if they were to replace him with Norris, then the situation would take a very interesting turn. What do you think will happen with the Sainz and Audi saga? Do you think that the prenup is valid and the smooth operator will try to win his first championship with Audi? Or do you think that there's a strong possibility that all of this will just go down the drain? Let us know in the comments below.